Hey, what's up? It's your boy Paul Brantley. We're getting into the Housewives of Beverly Hills, season 12, episode reunion, part 1. It starts out with the ladies all arriving, majority of the ladies arriving, all the ladies arriving, except Kathy. She hasn't showed up. She showed up in part 3 of the reunion. But the ladies show up early to set and everything to get ready and everything. Diana won't actually be there, but she'll be showing up later through through video from home um, and everything. So let's get started. So Andy goes around, greet the ladies and stuff, and do all that good stuff. Uh, Andy starts off with he starts off with the homeless but toothless with the name, and he asked all the ladies, do they do they know how to say the name right? I hope I said it right because I don't remember the name. Homeless but toothless. Well, they all said they do remember the name, the correct name, right, and they all said the right name and everything. Um, then he brings out Jamie Lee Curtis for the ladies. She ended up coming out. You know what I'm saying? When she was on the episode that she was on, Her Housewives, kind of changed her view about the Housewives a little bit, but it actually gave her a chance because she ended up rebranding her company to she rebranded to Chic something. I can't remember the name. She rebranded the name, and she also, because of Derek and how Derek preceded her and her gift basket full of things that the charity gives out and stuff. She named the Wind Chai. I hope I said it right. Wind Chai after Derek. And everything. Yes. So she did a little that. He asked Kyle you know, how is it being friends with Jamie Lee Jamie Lee Curtis and stuff, and she said she's been known her for years. She known her since she was a kid the first Halloween and stuff, and talked about their friendship and everything. And then after that, you know, Jamie Lee actually gifted all the ladies with a car pumpkin of their self for them to take home with them and stuff. She left, so we get down. Now we finna get down to business. After that, okay, Andy asked. So Andy started off asking. After that he started asking Garcelle about the social media incident that went on with her son Jake's, and asked her how everything's going with that and stuff, and how her son doing it, whatever. And so she explains that it's really hard to talk about it, but it was really tiresome, really hard and everything that my son had to go through this. She said he was sent some of her Playboy pictures they sent her some of her Playboy pictures when she was Playboy. It was right around the time when he got ready to start high school, and he would send all these nasty texts on social media, and it came from a bot. We don't know how many there were, but they were being sent to him and everything. Then he said, Andy ended up saying that Lisa was the first person to actually defend Garcelle on social media, and she said, and Lisa ended up saying yes, because that is just horrible, degrading. You don't do that. You don't come after a child, and all that stuff. And Garcelle said, yeah, she did, and I thank you. Um, so after that, okay. So Garcelle then opened up. Garcelle ended up speaking about she had opened up an investigation to find out who has done it. Who find out who's been sending this, who's been doing this to her son, and she's not gonna stop until she find out who has done it. And Andy asked her, do she believe somebody on the cast could have done it? And she said, honestly, yes, they could have. Strange, they could have done it. And honestly, yes, they can. I said, it's a number of them that could have done it. I said, because the number of them, because the main person that defended her could have done it. That's Lisa Brenner. Because she is Snake. And it's like, yeah. It's like, we don't know who did it, but I pray and hope that she find out exactly who did it. So she investigating herself and stuff. She believes somebody in the group did it. She also said she believed that whoever, by on social media and by attacking her son, they did this to try to get her to lead the show. Because if you attack somebody kid, and it's somebody that it's somebody a part of the cast that you do not like, and they have kids, and you can be able to contact their kids, then that's what they were doing. They wanted to think they was gonna go after her kids, and they thought she was just going to lead the show, but that ain't happening. Cause she gonna get down to the nitty gritty and figure it all out. Cause she ain't going nowhere. This ain't scaring her. Moving on. Uh, then they switched from that to Andy. Andy asked Derek about the break-in, being her house being robbed and everything. And this is when Derek said it's been hard for her to get out of bed. I'm sorry for laughing. It's hard for her to get out of bed. She got PTSD because of it. She taking it one day at a time, and yeah. And he asked her how was she so calm through the whole thing. She went, I was just thinking about my kids, and that's all that I thought about and stuff. And she went, I'm to be honest, still to this day, I don't believe that storyline. I ain't gonna lie, I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I said because they haven't. It's a lot. It's a lot that's going. It's just a lot in that storyline that don't make sense. And as she was talking, Andy ended up yawning, and she went, "Oh, so Andy, I'm boring you again? It's when you did this 4 years ago. I'm boring. He ain't no. He ain't no. I just had to yawn." Yes, that's it. So during that, as Derek was still as he was talking to Derek, Cal wanna jump in and tell her story about when she got robbed. And she said when she got robbed, that when the robber that robbed her got out of jail, he ended up getting in contact with her, and he got in contact with her through her sister-in-law, telling her about that he got all her valuables in his grandma's basement, and he gonna sell them back to her for a price, as long as she don't get the police involved. And they asked the ladies, and Andy asking her like, "What did you do?" And she said, "Well, I wanted my stuff back, so you know." I didn't care about the police being involved. And so she tried to set up something. And she's supposedly the guy. I don't know if she got the stuff back or not, but the guy kind of flaked out because he was thinking that she got the police involved and stuff. Yeah, so she brought herself up. It's like, why is you bringing yourself up when he talking to Dariq about her break-in and losing her stuff? And he asked, I said, so she did that. So Andy went back to, he also had something to ask. He asked Dariq, like, would you end up buying the same stuff that got robbed? She said, no, I wouldn't do that. To me, yes, she would. Yes, she would. Because I don't, it's like, what did they steal? Because I said, from what I seen and what her husband said at Harry's birthday party, they didn't steal it. They didn't steal the valuable stuff. So I'm confused, like, what was really stole? So, yeah, and they asked her, like, what was really stole and what was really stolen stuff. Also, did did her and PK do it? Yeah, she like, no, we didn't do this. We wouldn't do that. That's not what we do. But it's like, well, it does seem like y'all did, because it's like, this ain't making sense. I said, because your husband saying a lot of things. He said a lot of things this season that don't make sense. Because if they didn't rob y'all for the valuable, they asked for everything. All your expensive valuables. But your husband said you didn't give them the expensive value. The most expensive stuff y'all had, which they asked for. So it makes me question, like, and then why would they leave your phone? It's like, no robber gonna leave a phone ever. It's like, they not gonna leave no phone. They would. That right there didn't make any sense, because it's like, why did they leave your phone? Because they should have. Why would they leave that? That don't even make sense, because it's like, this is all kind of like, I don't know. I don't know. But moving on from there. So Andy move on from there. He end up, so he move on. He end up asking Crystal about her eating disorder and everything, and he ended up asking her about her eating disorder. He asked her about it was something. He asked her specifically something. Oh, the when the incident that went on with her and Sutton in Tahoe, when Sutton came in the room, was that a did that have to do with her eating disorder? And Crystal said no. She went, it's a no, it didn't. That did not have nothing to do with that, but it's a part of my body this body dysphoria. I hope I said it right. She went, it's a part of that, but no, that wasn't why. That wasn't why. That had nothing to do with it. So they move on from there. Then Andy ended up asking Kyle a question from a viewer, saying why was your eating disorder, why was telling about your eating disorder was appropriate over Sutton miscarriage. And this is when Kyle was like, yes, my behavior was she was like, yes, well, my behavior during Garcelle party was what's wrong and stuff. I was drunk and I was out of line, and it's like she never, like, she answered it, but she really didn't answer it. She kind of glanced over it, doing a cow move as usual. But we're gonna move on from there. During that, Andy asked Crystal about Crystal about the incident that happened at Lisa's house during the wine tasting, and how did she feel about Derek telling her business, and how did she feel? And Crystal said, she told Crystal, I'm telling Derek, she went, I felt really betrayed by that, and it was wrong for you to tell something that I told you one on one, and it was Derek's face like, but you said it in front of everybody else. But I said, actually, that ain't what she said. That ain't what you said at Alixa's house. You said that you and Crystal had a one-on-one, and she told you that she been throwing up every day. So you try to change it around, and Crystal said, no, you were wrong for doing that. So from now on, when I tell you stuff, do not do that. And so Derek ended up apologizing and stuff. And Crystal, did she accept it? I don't know if she accepted or not. With Crystal, I don't know if she said thank you or not. I don't remember. But she said she apologized about it. But Derek was kind of shocked. Derek went, it wasn't like it wasn't a secret, but it's like it was something that she told you personally, but you went out and told everybody else. But we move on. That, and then I said also after that happened, they asked Erica about the throwing up, about the what she did to Crystal with the thing, and Erica said, I thought I was actually trying to sympathize with her about what I would have did if I was going through that. And she went, yes, I did say, that chicken tender wasn't for her. So it's what it is. Like, bitch, you can't even apologize to the hoe. You could say, sorry, girl. She couldn't even do that, but she said it's what it is. It's like, bitch, you crazy as hell. But we gonna move on from that. As that went on, they went on from there. But she did say, Erica did say, she said she was wrong for that, but that was it. But she didn't apologize. She just said she was wrong. And I said, that's kind of crazy that you can't say sorry to somebody for doing what you did. But we're gonna move on from there. So they switched over to Andy, started talking about the dark issue. And he wanted to start talking about the dark issue, and asking Crystal about it. And Crystal says she finds Crystal said that she found that the conversation she had with Sutton was offensive. That she had with Sutton was offensive. It was offensive to her. And I said, she said it was offensive, and stuff. And Andy ended up asking Sutton, how she feel about it. And Sutton was like, me and her had a talk about it. And she ended up finding out how she felt about it, and I understand that the words that I used offended her, and I apologized to her about that. So, we moved on from there. Apologize for it. So, we moved on, and I just need the rest of these ladies to move on from there. That's when Erica and Lisa went, oh, no. Why we gotta move on from there? Why we got it? Why is it so easy to move on from? It is because I said y'all do it all the time. When y'all get into it, y'all just did that in Aspen. When you and Kyle got it, Erica and Kyle wasn't talking. And y'all made up and y'all moved on about it. Make it make sense? But moving on from there, um, Andy ended up asking another question. Andy ended up saying, oh, he ended up. They went still on the dark stuff. He said, "Why was it so hard to say what was so dark?" And Crystal was saying that was her feeling. That's how she felt. She couldn't get it out, and they were going back and forth with her because she wasn't really making a lot of sense doing that. She was lying back and forth, and Kyle was checking her and everything, and all the other ladies were like, you made it seem like it was something racist. And Garcelle said, when I asked you about that, and it made me question my friendship with Sutton. Because it made that dark, when you said it was dark, it made me want to question my friendship, so I needed to know exactly what it is. So she went into, like, and everything. Crystal's still trying to get her way out of it. And Crystal went, it's just how I felt. It was a lot of bull crap and all that stuff. Derek ended up saying, Derek called Crystal out about it, and said that it all started when this all started because when you was cornered by Garcelle asking you that question, if anything that would have happened between you and Sutton, anything Sutton would have said, you would have had a problem with it. Instead of just answering the question, you just threw Sutton under the bus. And she did. Using Mia words, she did. She did that. That's what she did 100%. And, yeah. So, and then Garcelle said, that's right. And Crystal was like, it was... Crystal said that was one of her biggest regrets. Was that one of her biggest regrets ever bringing that up, even after she got to know Sutton was bringing that up. That was her biggest regret. That's what she said. We're moving on from there. I'm tired of it. Andy then asked Kyle a question. Asked Kyle a question, saying after Crystal said she was feeling unsafe. She was saying she was feeling unsafe. And back at her home in whatever it was. Kyle, you called her a dramatic millennium. What do you mean by that? And Kyle went, well, using the word vow trigger. Using the word vow a trigger. And this when Crystal was like, Crystal cut her off. And Crystal was like, you feel I'm vowed after you figured I was violated. What word violated or triggered? That's when Crystal cut her off. Crystal said, so you felt violated when you got robbed, right? I went, bitch. Crystal like, bitch, you got robbed, bitch, you got robbed. So you was violated. So I felt violated. Bitch. I felt violated. Cause Kyle went, yeah, but nobody wasn't bringing me a jacket. I said, bitch, shut up. Just shut up, Kyle, cause you sound stupid. Like, she felt violated. If she felt violated, she felt violated. You felt violated, bitch. But moving on. And then Crystal like, why you always why you always harping on things for weeks? You always harping on things for weeks. That's your problem. All right, bitch, get her together, Crystal. I don't like you at all, bitch, but get her together. She ain't on Cal tonight. Cal, you been coming for it, but she gonna get that ass in order. and And then Crystal was like, "You tried to get Swain. Why don't you just try to get to know me?" And Kyle was like, "I was trying to do that, but you making up stories." Crystal said, "It's my truth." Swain, it was not true. Kyle went, "It's not true." I went, "Kyle, shut up, girl. Shut up, shut up, shut up." Uh, after that, Andy asked, Andy asked about the 14 friends. The 14 friends situation with Crystal. Crystal said that she got advice from Lisa about the situation because good advice from Lisa. And Lisa said, I always give good advice. It's like, bitch, no, you don't. No, you don't. So Crystal started to explain the 14 friends thing when she said when she started doing the show, when she started doing the show that the people start the friends started to act different. That's when she was explaining. Kyle cut in and said Kyle was cutting in, butting in every time she was speaking. So she never really got a chance to really tell everything because Kyle kept butting in the whole time. And Kyle was like, them women, they actually auditioned. They actually were asked to be on the show. I mean, if they was asked to be on the show, but they chose not to. So what you talking about, ho? So they went back and forth and stuff, and it was like, oh god, Kyle, just shut up, shut up. But Andy moved on to okay, so we move on from there. This is when Diana is brought in. So Diana is brought up. She show up. He brings her in and everything. So Andy and hold up. Okay, Diana shows up. Andy starts with Diana, and he said, so you've been sending out a lot of sense and deceased letters. I hope I'm saying that right to people online, saying that you are madam. That might be it. She was like, yes. She said she's not a madam because she was talking about her book. And so she said, yeah, she was proud about her book and everything, that it helped a lot of people. I'm like, who did it help? What was the point? But okay, we moving on from there. And then Andy asked her, was she friends with Jeff Epstein? And she said, no, I'm not friends with him. I never met him. I was a refugee during the time that there was so-called a picture of them or whatever. I'm like, okay, girl, keep the lies for somebody who cares. Then he asked her about her licking her lips and stuff, and she said that's a nervous tick. Then Andy asked her about her getting in with a black creator on YouTube. And she said that to her, black content to her, she thought it was the dark web and it was not positive, and she didn't associate that with female or color of the skin. And I'm like, that whole statement right there tells a lot about you personally. It tells a lot about you and your character for just that statement alone, because you knew exactly what you was doing. You knew exactly that big rift that you had with the content creator, and that whole statement I just said about you, that you said, explains everything about who you are to the core. But we moving on. Um, he asked Crystal, after you talked to her, what did you and Crystal said after she talked to her and told her about what there was and what was going on. She ended up finding out that she didn't under that Diana didn't understand it, what was going on. She figured out that Diana didn't understand it. I'm like, okay, if that works for you, Crystal, fine, fine. I said I'm not going to go deep in that. But then Andy asked about her ex Diana about giving money to Erica, to the victims for Erica, to Erica's victims and stuff. And Diana was like, I wanted to help the victims. And then he asked Erica how she felt about it. Erica said, I have no problem with it, her doing that, because she wanted to help the victim. It don't bother me. I'm like, okay, moving on. So Andy then tells Diana people are saying that she said that he told her that people are saying she's the one behind the bots for going after Garcelle's son. And going after Garcelle's son. Then he says that he says that, and then he turned around and asked Garcelle, he's curious about what she thinks about what's going on in her mind and what she think about it. And Garcelle said, yes, I did think she was behind it, honestly. All right, bitch. Because the whole time they brought Diana out, Garcelle wasn't there for that hoe. She could not stand that bitch. She was like, oh my God, this hoe up here. Get this bitch down. I'm tired. I don't even want to see this bitch. That's how she felt. Her face was like, why this bitch here? Why? So Garcelle was like, then Diana came in like, you got a low opinion of me. You got a low opinion of me to think that I would do something like that. Garcelle like, yeah. Yeah, that bitch, get that hoe. She's like, and then Diana was like, you think I'm that evil to send that to Jakes? And Garcelle was like, Garcelle, you just saying that, and then Garcelle like kind of ignored the girl after that, and then Garcelle went, well, she didn't send me, she been sending me threatening texts. She been sending me threatening texts. And Andy was like, what was it, Diana? And Diana went, I just wanted her to, it was for her to pencil the name out. Because I was getting death threats. Girl, bye. Nobody got time for that hoe. Then Garcelle was like, she said, Garcelle ended up talking, she said her son was at he was at his dad's house when he got the very last horrible text saying about the knee on your neck and leave Diana alone. So he wrote on the text, gone too far and posted. He only 14-year old, so he's thinking about himself. He's scared, fearful, and he's thinking about him. He's not thinking about nobody else. That's not his job to do that. Period. Because I don't know why she was even. So, yeah. So Diana saying like, just pin it out, my family. And Garcelle, why no? Right now, he he has enough. My son had enough, and he was thinking about himself. And want to think about nothing else, about deleting nothing else on anything. And this is when punk ass Kyle, stupid ass, wanna get up here and defend Diana and say maybe defend her and say Diana was saying, could you just delete it, pin it out, then post it maybe later. And Diana went, yes, that's it. And then Garcelle turned around and said, is you fucking out? she ain't fucking wait. She ain't wait a fucking minute. Are you telling me I should not to protect my child and worry about y'all? Nah, that ain't working here. Nah, we ain't doing that. And Kyle, it wasn't me. Yes, it was you. Why is you sitting here defending a hoe that came for somebody's child? Sending threatening messages to somebody because of a child posted something that was sent to them, and they saying that you went far. The person who sent it to him, they went too far, and she protected her child. She said, "I'm not about to sit here and protect none of you." And Erica said, "You don't gotta protect me." Erica, shut up, girl. Just shut up. You don't gotta protect me. And she's like, nah, She's like, I'm done with this conversation. I'm done. She's like, I'm done. And this when punk ass Diana, in my country, a threat is real. How a threat is real everywhere. You ain't the only damn country that a threat is not real. You send a threat, you mean a threat, dumbass. But Garcelle, your threat was national, national, a natural one to me. And Andy was like, what was it? And Garcelle ended up saying, it said, the gist of it said, if anything happened to my family, I'm coming for you. First of all, Garcelle, you better than me, because if a hoe would have said, I would have rolled up to her house, and I would roll to her house, knocked on the door, told her, bitch, bring your ass outside. Bring your ass outside. We got space opportunity, hoe. I'm about to beat your ass real quick and go my ass back home. Cause bitch, you tripping. Cause if anything happens to your family, that's your problem. They ain't got shit to do with me. Nothing. Cause you getting threats. Who cares? But I'm trying to protect my child. But you gonna threaten me. And Diana White, was it legal or physical? Was it legal or physical? I was shut up. And God said, a threat is a threat. I was, bitch, get her, girl, get her. And then Andy, Garcelle, what would you want to say to Diana if she was here right now? Garcelle went, leave me alone. Sure, I just want her to leave me alone because she been harassing me online constantly. 2 to 3 times a day. I don't harass nobody else on this cast at all on social media. All I want her to do is leave me alone. Period. And she went, I don't hate her. She told her, I don't hate you. I don't, Diana. I just want you to leave me alone. I like, bitch. Leave me alone, ho. That's all you gotta do, bitch. Leave her alone. But your ass can't do that. Because I said, girl, you proving every minute that you are racist. To the core. To the core. But that's all that happened. Like, subscribe, comment, share on all social media. It's your boy Paul Brantley, and thank y'all for tuning in. Bye.